Here we
Good
go.
morning, everyone.
Good
How are you
morning.
guys? I'm so excited for today and so excited to see your faces. You guys all ready? So how did glazing go yesterday? Did you guys finish your pieces? Yes. Good. And then you got a second coat on there?
Yes.
Awesome. Did they turn out great?
Yes.
Yes. Great. Did you guys end up doing some sgraffito into it?
Yep.
Cool. I'm excited for how those are going to turn out. Okay, so I also finished glazing that area right here. It looks the same as this area up here, but this has every color of the rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and then purple on top. And we're going to carve through it and see if we can see all those colors. So you put lots of layers. So I'm using this tool so that I can kind of get more of an angle instead of like my my needle tool. So let's see. You can like carve into it.
I do see a little bit more.
Do you guys see that?
Wow. That's the blue.
Whoa, that's so cool.
I think blue. I think it's nice.
Yeah, that's super fun to do.
It's almost like a color of a sunset, but the blue.
You can like do some really wild
Animals.
arts.
Not
And
animals. Sorry.
that would be fun, huh? To try that. So if you guys want, you guys can try this. You know, you just would have to make another piece, and it did take a while for all the layers to dry. So you'd have to work on it over the day. And just I just layered 2 coats of each color on there. And then my clay has been just sitting out since yesterday. And it's still really wet. You can see the dark color, but it's definitely drier than yesterday. When I carved through, these little bits are not wet. They're pretty dry and crumbly. So it actually might be easier to carve through a piece when it's a little more dry. So it's your preference. But yeah, so I wanted to show you that layered sgraffito look where you get all the layers of colors. Kind of cool. Okay. So for today, we are going to need our regular white glaze. It's the one in the can, in the little pot that has no star on it. And then you can use all of your underglazes, the ones that do have stars on them. One regular glaze that's just white, just the white underglaze or regular glaze. And then all your colored underglazes. And today we're going to use one of these. So go ahead and get the one that doesn't have the star on it. I think it's the black one, the black lid. No, mine's purple. Yours should be black.
Okay, got the black.
Okay, and then you'll need water, maybe a plate to mix your colors on,
I don't want to mix the colors.
a paper towel to dry your brush,
Oh,
and a brush. You'll need a big one
I
so you
got
can
a
cover your whole pot, and then maybe a more of a detail one. Okay. And today we are going to be learning a technique called Maiolica. Maiolica has been around for a very, very long time. It's an ancient painting technique. And it's great because it's known for its really bright colors. And with Maiolica, we're going to combine our regular glaze with our underglaze. And we're going to use a bisque ware piece. So it's been fired once, called bisque ware. Some people call it biscuit fire. So I'm going to do my coil pot. If you have your coil pot, that would be a great one to try today.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my coil.
I know not everyone has theirs though, so you can pick something else. Anything that's already been fired. Okay, so with Maiolica, you put it on a bisque fired piece and you put a white coat of regular glaze as your base all over. And we're going to do 2 coats of white. And then you put the underglaze on top of it. Now, remember I said yesterday that when you fire underglaze, it's not going to have a glassy finish. It's going to be really dull and matte and wouldn't be waterproof. But with the technique of Maiolica, what the underglaze does, when you fire it, it sinks down below underneath your white glaze. And then the white glaze covers it. But you still get those beautiful colors. So it's a really cool science technique that I don't know how it works, but someone figured it out. And then usually, as you can see, usually you paint little things on there with whatever color, and then you usually outline it in black, with, like drawing. So this is a great great technique because a lot of people love being able to draw or paint on their pottery like it's a canvas. So with Maiolica, you can mix your underglazes and get like this really painterly effect, and combining two different colors or blending colors together. Okay, so does everyone have everything ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just going to first kind of dust out my piece. If you feel any like greeny stuff, just dust it out. We blow on it. Okay. And we're going to start with our white glaze. Okay, so you open that jar. And mix it first before you open it, actually. And like just give it a little shake. Sorry, Madeline, I didn't tell you soon enough. All right, and we're going to be painting white on white. So when you're doing that, you kind of have to remember where you started. So pick a spot and then work your way around and know where you're going to stop. Because by the time you get back around it to it, it's going to be dry and it'll probably be hard to tell that there was glaze there. Because this glaze, remember, is going to sink into your pottery very quickly.
Is it white underglaze?
No, white regular glaze, the one that does not have the star on it.
Okay, thank you.
It should say SC16 white glaze.
Okay.
Good question, Joaquin. Thank you for asking. So with Maiolica, you always paint on top of white. So like if you wanted to have a background color, like in one of our picture examples, you would paint your motifs first, and then you would paint around your motifs to paint the background. It's not like painting regularly where you paint your background first and then you paint everything on top of it. You would have to paint around it. Some people will use the wax resist. You guys have some wax in there. And they will paint their motifs, and then they'll paint on top of their motifs with some wax. So then they can just paint their background and not worry about it, about being perfect. But I don't think we need to be that technical. You guys see how it's really hard to tell where you painted?
Yep. I don't even know what I'm thinking.
So yeah, just keep
It's already dry. No.
where you've been. Make sure you get everything coated, especially with these grooves on your coil pot. You want to make sure you get inside those grooves too.
My corner. White on top of white. White on top of white.
Yeah, it doesn't look like much now, but I promise you when you fire it, it's going to look great.
Never seen that before. Can we put wax resist on top of the glaze?
Can you put what?
Washes. Wax. Can we put wax resist on the glaze?
So that's kind of what we're going to do. Yeah, after we get 2 coats of white on there, we're going to paint with our underglazes. And remember, those are a little more liquidy than this other glaze. So it's kind of going to be like a watercolor wash on top.
Okay.
But we need to get a nice thick coat of white paint on there first, because we want our underglaze to sink down underneath it. So we need a thick coat of white paint in order for it to do that.
I cannot see a thing.
I know. It's like I'm painting, but I'm not painting.
With no water. I mean, like,
Paint
it's
with
no paint.
invisible paint. Invisible, huh? Be sure to
White
get
is invisible.
inside all those little grooves on your coil pot. So the first coat, you'll probably use a lot more paint than your second coat, because it's just so heated up.
And speaking of like, they turn it racing by like putting white over it. I don't even know the straw. I'm just gonna go over lines and over lines.
Yeah, we'll add color to it in just a minute.
Gonna make it glow.
But for now, we're just doing white.
White is the color on me. All the lines. Looks good. Just make sure you cut something to the bottom.
I'm kind of wiggling my brush inside those grooves. Make sure it gets down in there. Okay, so after you get one coat, then you're going to redo your coat. And this time, it should dry a little slower. So if you paint fast enough, you might be able to see where you were. How are you guys doing?
Good. Now it's time to put on top of it. Over.
Awesome.
I know. This is getting very hard. Black.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky, huh? Once you get to your second coat, it's a little easier because you can see where you were before. Like here's my coat, and you can see that
it's so fast.
it's not drying as fast.
Not very fast, but I can see the town. It looks dry, but it's really not dry.
Yeah. The main thing is just to make sure you get it in everywhere. You don't miss a spot.
I'm on to my second the whole piece.
You're on to your second coat. Is it going well?
gonna give my hand a round. Done with this.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is this for?
That is, we're going to use that today. It's for like drawing more like lines on your piece. It's called like a slip trailer, and usually they put slip in there, which is another glazing technique, but we're not going to cover it in our.
All right.
Slip is like colored clay, and they use those slip trailers to draw. But we are going to use them today to draw on top of our Maiolica drawings.
I'm almost finished with my wine. Oh, I forgot one. Yeah, you made one.
Julia, is your cousin still here, Iris?
No, but she made this bowl yesterday.
Oh,
Come here. Whatever.
that. I love it. I'm glad she got to participate. And Crocker and Sawyer, your guys' bowls were a lot larger, so if it takes you longer, don't worry. I like how you built them up really tall. They're beautiful.
I'm done with my second coat.
You're done with your second coat. Perfect. Okay, just hang tight for a minute. So everyone's ready.
I only need to paint the bottom.
All right. With these stroke and coat glazes, so white glaze that we're using, you could even do a third coat if you want.
I'm not going to their coat.
Did about 3 coats.
I already did about 3 coats before.
I'm gonna make it really nice and thick for our under glazes to go over. So it's funny that they're called under glazes, but we're putting them over another glaze.
Yeah. That makes sense.
What did you say?
I'm thirsty. Can I go get some water?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you using underglaze? Okay, I'm done.
Okay, so do you guys have water for your brushes to rinse them out?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
And you have a little plate that you can mix colors with.
okay. I don't have a plate, but it's going to be hard for me to pour it. It's very, very slow.
Yes, that's true. It is very liquidy, and you guys just have those little pots. That's fine. You can also just mix the colors on your piece as well, if that's easier. So it's very much like our watercolor class, where you mix the colors on your plate or on your piece. So this is kind of like our canvas today. Little pot. Okay,
You lied all this time.
are you guys ready for me to go over the next part?
Yes, yes, yes. You lied all this time.
Connor, and so it's
and you did have it.
So with these underglazes, we only want probably about one coat, at the most 2 coats in one area. So you're basically just going to paint one thing on it and not go over it again. So we don't have to do multiple coats with our underglazes.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. You're going to want to shake up all your underglaze bottles before you open them.
Shake them.
Yeah, shake them up. So you
I could either use blue or red.
mix the color really well.
How does it do?
Because they kind of separate a little bit. Okay, so I'm just getting the colors I want because mine are in these big bottles. Okay. So I'm going to use a smaller brush to kind of paint more finer details. And if you're using your coil pot, you can paint the coils that are on there, or you can paint whatever you want. Okay, you can ignore the lines or paint with the lines. So you basically just paint like you would anything else. I'm going to just kind of paint some of the coil designs.
Can we use 2 colors?
Can you use what?
2 colors?
Yes, you can mix 2 colors. See, like right now, I mixed red and purple together. That's kind of running a little. Yes, you can mix the colors.
Can we use black?
The black is for the very end. So not yet. So you're going to want to mix paint with your regular colors first, and then we're going to do the black at the end.
Hi, this is Maribel. Hey, good. How are you? Okay. Mhm. Mhm. You want to share your screen with me so that I can take a look at it?
Miss Jess,
Yes, ma'am.
I accidentally put on the wrong lid and
Which-
mixed up with this. Another song.
Which glaze did you put on? The one without the stars?
No, she put the lid of a different color
Oh,
the wrong. Oh, Carolina, you can use some of
wrong pot.
that.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
when you shook it up, it turned it to a different color.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's
right.
loading right now.
It will just be that color, but it won't hurt your pot or anything.
So start from the beginning where you were
We'll
explaining.
share.
Let's see.
Yeah, we'll share.
Yeah. You guys can all share that color now too that you created. Is it a cool color?
He's colored it. So,
Yeah, it depends.
Okay.
Proctor and Sawyer, are you guys doing okay?
Okay, go to benefits. And it has no insurance? Okay. Where it says deductible apply, hit no on both of those. No, the bottom one. Yeah. Let's see if that makes a difference. That's weird. It already 150.
she's colored.
To make it
And
like
you check it with the RTE, the 150, okay? And there's no deductible.
So these glazes are really liquidy, so you don't need a lot. Maybe wipe off your brush before you put it on. Then it might just run all over your piece. I'm getting a little runs.
Okay. Always does, never does right. On the accounts. Yeah. Send me the link, the account number. I'm gonna go ahead and play with it and see what I can do. And if not, then we'll just have to put what it says. It's a code. Just put a note that we're it's not fully the correct co-payment. Yeah, send me the account number, and if I can't do anything with it, I don't know what, it might be something with Recondo. And then
Yeah,
I'll
you
let you
see
know
like a
that I will
sky-
just put that as a monthly copay and put your note.
What'd you say, Madeline?
Okay,
I
thank you.
sort of made like a sky blue.
Ooh, that sounds pretty.
Okay.
Gonna do it all over. All you have to do is mix up blue and green, and then you mix it up.
Oh, are you wondering how you make sky blue?
Yeah,
Oh, Well, you would have to mix a white with it.
Well, I didn't do a white. I sort of made like a bluish color.
Oh, okay. You made your own color, huh?
Yep. My own sky blue.
That is awesome.
All you need is blue and green, and then you have to mix it up, and then you get it. But you also need a lot of blue.
Yeah.
Today, today we're supposed to do the next one. We're supposed to do the ones that are Friday, not the ones that are.
Okay, well, let him do it.
On the inside of my bowl, I painted
What did you paint?
a sunset. Like
Ooh, I love it. See, that's so great. With the underglazes, you can blend those colors and make some really beautiful gradations of color.
This time we're not seeing, when we paint it, we're not seeing a lot of gray and white.
Yeah,
When we
you're not seeing a lot of gray and white.
yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
there's another.
A little bit more blue.
We're supposed to be using the underglazes, correct?
The underglaze, the ones with the star on them.
Well,
Is that what you're doing, Joaquin?
no, I forgot.
No. Which were you just using the regular ones?
No.
Which glazes were you using, Joaquin?
The one with the stars.
Yep, that's perfect. That's the one you're supposed to be using.
Oh, I thought I was supposed to. I'm like, oh, am I sure? And I'm supposed to.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing. We used the white one without the star, and now we're using the ones with the star. So yeah, that's kind of confusing, huh?
There's this one. And then this one.
We can do it inside or outside.
I don't want to. Here's some of our.
I need a dark blue. Pretty. Mommy, look. I need two different colors. 1 and 2.
Okay, when you guys are done painting everything you want to paint with your underglazes,
My bad.
then you can use your little slip trailer to make some defining lines around the shape. And I included some little ideas. Like you can write words with your slip trailer, or you can draw faces or flowers. You can even draw animals.
Kitty.
You can make really precise lines with your little slip trailer. And these things, when you are wanting to start using it, it's a good idea to kind of start doing it on your plate first, because you don't want it to come out in one like big blob. So once you can see that it's coming out right, then you can start using it on your piece. And when you're done, you're going to want to immediately put this little cap back on it, because otherwise it'll dry inside this little tube and it'll be impossible to get out. You'd have to like use a pen to unblock it.
This one. Let's see.
Okay, so I have my bowl pretty much painted. And now I'm just gonna draw with this slip trailer. See, I'm making some black lines.
I put like blue on top of it. And then
You see my lines I made with my slip trailer, and I
see.
lined my foil. But you can do whatever you'd like.
Could you pass me that one that I gave you?
Oh, I think.
And once you guys are done with your under glazes, it's probably a good idea to put the lids back on them too.
Do you think that like for using black, like the end of this video? Well, not the video, but the chat.
When you're using black, I didn't understand what your question was.
Did you mean like at the very end of the week we can use black?
No, so at the very end of your project today. So after you're done painting your colors on, then you can use your black on top. So it kind of goes on top of your colors. You see how I painted my colors and now I'm putting black on there. So you can use those after you're all done painting with your under glazes. But we are going to use these again at the end of the week, probably.
Which black do we use?
You can use the one with no star. Yes.
Could I was thinking about adding something to this. Could I add something to it?
Is it fired yet?
No.
Okay, so are you wanting to use the black slip trailer on that?
I was wanting to use this little thing to
The paintbrush?
on it.
Yep, you can do that. Just use your under glazes, the ones with the stars on it.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
You can definitely add to it. And if you want to go back and use one of these on your unfired pieces from yesterday, you could use the one with the star on it. That's the one I would use. How you doing, Madeline?
Good. Can I use my bathroom?
Yeah. Okay, so yep, when you guys are all done, you can just set these pieces aside. And then tomorrow, we are going to be using your wax and the tape. Did you guys get tape in your box? I forget if we gave you. No, no tape.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we can get you guys some tape. I'll see about that.
I don't think so. Done in this box.
That box, okay. That's okay. This box had a lot of stuff in there. We had to remember a lot of things to put in there.
We had tape on the other box. Would this work?
I'm thinking thinner tape would be better. So I'll look and see if we can get you guys some today. Because we gotta bring you something else as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. I really did just completely forget about the tape.
It's fine.
Can they use wax resist instead, or does it need to be tape?
Well, we're going to be using the wax resist as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
The tape
Okay.
was just for straight lines.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
But
Okay.
you're fine, Kristen. There was a lot of stuff to go in that box. Okay, so yeah, tomorrow, that's pretty much all you'll need. We'll need a bisque square and your regular glazes.
Look at my face in this.
Oh, I love it. That's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Cannot wait to see it all.
This is really cute.
This is what I did inside my bowl. Some little
Wow.
and flowers.
Wow!
So Maiolica is really fun. You get some bright colors with the black and white lines. It's really vibrant art. I love it. Okay, so yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow, but you guys can continue working on your pieces if you still need more time. And when you're done, just put the lids on your glazes and wash out your brushes. And that's about it. And we're ready to go for tomorrow.
It's also gonna be a blast tomorrow,
Great.
right?
What was that?
Is it also gonna be a blast tomorrow?
It's going to be a blast every day, yes. Because glazing is a blast.
It is. It's going to be fun. It is a blast, isn't it? It just is. Well, do any of you guys have any questions?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Okay.
I have questions.
Go ahead, Julia.
Are you coming by today to pick up our Maiolica pieces?
To get your glazed pieces,
Yes.
just should I pick them up all at one time, or should I? What do you think? What do you think the best thing to do there is?
I think picking them all up at the same time would be best.
Okay, so just save everything to the end of the week.
Yeah, I think we just picked up those pieces from Monday early because we're using them for Thursday.
Which is tomorrow, right?
No, tomorrow's Wednesday. I was thinking it was tomorrow too.
Wait, no.
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Tomorrow's
tomorrow is
Thursday.
Thursday. Oh my gosh! Yay! Okay. So exciting.
I know,
Tomorrow's
there's a lot to do to
Thursday.
prepare for tomorrow.
Okay. Tomorrow. Tomorrow's an exciting day.
Yeah, it is.
So be here tomorrow.
Okay, y'all. We will see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.